Had it on mute. Hey everyone, welcome to Love Marlene 411. Welcome to today's podcast. We're going to get into it, but before then, I'm going to ask for you to hit that subscribe. I'm going to ask you to share this out and to leave me a comment. Let's get into today's topic and discussion. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. We're going to get into today's topic. Today, we're going to be talking about cheating and this conversation here. Can you forgive a cheater? Um, I have to say that really and honestly, it depends on the relationship that you have. Is this a boyfriend? Who is this? Is this a boyfriend? Is this a girlfriend? Or is this a spouse? For me, it's different when it's your spouse. I will just say that for me it's different. Everybody it's not, but for me, if you are in a relationship with somebody and it's your spouse, you have married them. For me, it's different than when it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't know why, but if it's a boyfriend or girlfriend, I can easily just say, just forget it. But if that's my husband or if that's your wife, I feel like it should be different. There should be higher standards. I do. I think when people are together, there should be at least a commitment to be loyal. Or if you can't be loyal, whatever happened to people just having conversations and saying things like, "It's not working out. Let's break up." You know, but people will stay with you and they want both. They want to be in a relationship with them, they want to be in a relationship with you, or they want the perks. They want to be able to have the sexual desires of multiple people. They want to have all of those things, and yet at the same time, they want to have you. And especially something that I have to say from the top of this conversation is that if somebody is cheating on you and then they will go and have babies out there, why is that, why should that be accepted, why should that be all right? And my whole thing is I don't understand why a person will allow cheating, and why is it that a woman could be doing cheating but not be forgiven, but a man can do cheating and be forgiven? I don't think that it's a fair standard. There should be more standards that are fair, but I feel like there's a double standard when it comes to women and men, that men are able to cheat and it's okay for a man to cheat, but if a woman cheats, it's wrong. And I don't believe in that narrative. I think that if you're in a relationship with somebody, I think that it's important to there to be one standard, one for all when it comes to cheating. There should be multiple people in the relationship. You have to have more than just somebody to just say, "Oh, I can do whatever I want." Hey, James, how are you? Welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. Well, I'm one that I think it depends on the relationship, how long you have been together. Has something like this ever happened between you? I think it's really easy for us to say, oh, I would never excuse cheating. You're doing well. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. It's easy for us to say what we would do in a situation until it's us. And I forgot to even say that, if a person has cheated on you, what have they, do you have children together? Because it's easy, not easy, but it's easier to leave a relationship when you just have you and that person. But when there's other factors, when there are other people involved, when it's other situations involved, when it's not just about you and them, it's about now how are your children going to be affected that you have together. I think that would be a major factor in my decision making on whether I would want to stay in that relationship and stay with that person. But because I don't think I could as easily say I would leave a relationship if I had children with somebody. Hey, Flirt, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I appreciate you being here. I hope all is well with you. Um, and that's one of the things that I believe 100% that I couldn't just easily say I would leave my husband, but I can say very easily that I would leave a boyfriend. I think it's the situation of the relationship. I think if it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's like, okay, bye. I don't need this. But if I have committed to somebody with my heart, I really don't think I could just walk away from my husband if they had cheated the first time. I'm going to put up this what one of the things that I asked this, why did they cheat? We have to ask ourselves that too. You know, most of the time we don't want to believe that we had any part in the reason why that person left us, but why did that person cheat on you? Were you not letting yourself be available? Have you already checked out of the relationship, or what it is? For myself, I know when I went to therapy, I had to actually find out the reason and learn to be more accountable and not to just blame other people for situations, but also being mature enough, mature enough and responsible enough to say, this is the role that I played in the situation, and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. But it definitely does take a mature person to say, I did this or I did that. And also, when we talk about cheating in a relationship, how many times have they cheated? And what type of cheating is it? Is it emotional cheating? Is it sexual cheating? Is it many forms of cheating? I think that that matters because for me as a woman, I can't speak for all women, but for me personally as a woman, emotional cheating for me is harder than physical cheating because um, sharing your thoughts and your feelings with somebody is a really important thing, and if you can't have that sort of trust that somebody is telling another person personal things about yourself, you trust that person to tell them important information about you or the relationship or what you have going on. For me, that's not something that I can easily forgive. I can't easily forgive someone who can just tell somebody something private. I don't know. I can't speak for all ladies, but I would have to ask other ladies how they feel about this. But I personally cannot deal with someone is emotional cheating, and that means that you're telling them things about things that you have going on in your mind, things that you have dealt with, private things. That's something for me that's a deal breaker. Why are you telling another person, especially somebody of the opposite sex, what you have going on in your life, but you can't trust me enough to tell me what is going on? So there's more than one form of cheating, everybody. It's not just the sexual cheating, there's the emotional cheating, and there's other forms of cheating that I can't share. I can't share here on YouTube, but yeah, the sexual cheating, for me, I feel like that will like make me never want to sleep with you again. But the emotional cheating for me is breaking the trust, that you don't feel like you trust me enough to be able to share personal or private things. That's what I can say for me. That's how I roll. That's how I am. I can't handle when I'm in a relationship with somebody and they go and tell another person what they have going on, what they're dealing with, but they wouldn't share that with you. That for me, I can't say for anybody else, but for me, the emotional cheating for me is the reason why I would leave. A sexual cheating is something that I can probably work on, that like, why did it happen? Was there some sort of breakdown? Did we stop with the intimacy and conversation? But a person who cannot trust me enough to share intimate things that they have going on in their mind, no, I can't forgive that. um and that's the question too. Why did they cheat? Why are they cheating on you? I know that it's not something that we're going to excuse because we're mature enough to have conversations like that, but we have to ask ourselves, why did they cheat on me? What is the reason? Did I stop communicating with them? Were we having many issues, or was it just a one-time thing where they had a moment of weakness and they did that? Or has this been going on for years? I think the difference when it comes to whether I could forgive somebody who is cheating, it depends on, is it something, a one-time act and they were gullible and gave into their desire, or was it something that they have been in a whole relationship with? They've been seeing them for weeks or months or years. That's not something that I can forgive because they've been hiding it. They've been sneaky. They know that they are not faithful and loyal to you, and still coming home and acting like everything is okay. I think that's the thing that I cannot forgive. I can't forgive when somebody's not mature enough to say, like, the relationship is not working. I found somebody else. We're not in a good space. If you can't be mature enough to say that to somebody that you're in a romantic relationship with, I don't feel that that is somebody that you need to stay in a relationship with that person. I feel that that's a person that you need to walk away from them and leave them alone. Because if my personal belief, I believe that if somebody has cheated on you once, I believe that they will cheat on you again. If you can't trust somebody enough to say, maybe we should take a break, maybe it's time that we get some counseling or we work on our relationship. But when someone just steps out of the relationship and they're cheating on you by emotional cheating or by sexual cheating, I think that I can't deal with somebody who can't even be honest enough to have a conversation with me. Do you all understand? Can you get what I'm talking about? Because I think that, why is it that somebody feels that they can't get to you on that level and talk to you and open up? Because that's what a relationship is for me. If you can't be in a relationship with somebody and they feel that they can't talk to you about something important, then why are we together? Why stay with somebody? And I know that a lot of people, they stay in relationships longer than they should. I know I've done that in the past. You stay in a relationship and the relationship hasn't been good for some time. And you have to have enough respect for yourself to know when it's time to walk away. Have enough respect for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, to walk away from somebody who doesn't value you. And that's one of the things that I didn't know when I was younger. Even up until the past few years, I didn't know about having my own personal worth. We don't have to be doormats and let whoever it is cheat on us, you know. And there are people who are habitual cheaters. Um, we have to ask ourselves this question: are they a habitual cheater, or was it just one time? If somebody can cheat on you once, was it a moment of weakness, or was it that they just can't stop? You know, they can't keep it in their pants. They can't keep control their sexual desires. They feel that they can do whatever they want. And if that is the issue, that's not somebody that you can trust. And for me, when trust goes in a relationship, I feel like the relationship goes. When I stop trusting somebody, the relationship is over. I feel that if you have come to some sort of agreement, like we're on a break and they cheat on you on a break, for me, it's different than if you are together and they've had this whole relationship, they've lied to you, and especially somebody who has gone out and had a baby with somebody. Those are some of the things that I feel I can't forgive that. I can't forgive somebody who will go out and actually on purpose get pregnant with somebody or have a whole relationship or, sharing intimate and private things with somebody else, but can't share those same private and intimate things with you. If you don't have that sort of trust in the relationship that you feel that you can talk about issues like I have this going on, I'm going through this painful situation, and you can't open up and talk to that person, why are you with that person? Why are you in a relationship with somebody if you don't have trust? And I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get the people who feel that they have to settle and constantly take it. My parents, before my mom passed, my mom was 80 years old, and she kind of had a little bit of old fashioned values and felt that no matter how many times somebody cheats on you, or no matter how many times somebody does something to you, you forgive them and you let that go because that is a part of your faith. That we're supposed to be forgivers because of God and all of those things, because God forgives us. But I do believe in forgiveness, but I don't believe in being a doormat. I don't believe in being used. I don't believe in somebody playing games with you. And especially now with all of the STDs and other diseases, I don't like even to value your own body, your own health, respect yourself enough to like, I'm not going to let you, I don't know what you have. I don't know what you've done. And for me, that one of the biggest things is once I lose trust in you, it's over. It's a different thing if you're working on the relationship and during that time period where things were bad or dark, then a cheating occurred. I'm not excusing it, but you were trying to work on the relationship and it wasn't in a good space. Part of being an adult and being a mature adult is realizing that we're not in a good space right now, but we're going to try to work on the relationship. If you were on a break or you're having issues during those times, that's one thing. But for me, is when you feel bamboozled. That's the one thing where you had no idea that the person has a whole nother relationship or having kids with somebody else, or sharing intimate and private things in the relationship. That is a deal breaker for me and a good reason for me to walk away, or even for you to walk away. I do these podcasts because I think that it's important for us to, ladies and gentlemen, to value yourself, respect your body, respect your thoughts. And if somebody can't be loyal to you, have conversations with you, if someone can't be trustworthy to you, you have to ask yourself why. Why don't I value myself? Why don't I respect myself enough? I personally didn't respect myself. And for a long time, I allowed a lot of manipulation, using, being a doormat because I didn't value myself. And until you value yourself, other people won't value you. Setting boundaries is important in all relationships. You need to have those conversations like, I don't put up with cheating. If something is wrong, we need to talk about it. Communication is the key to any healthy relationship. And if you feel that you can't have conversations, you don't need to be with that person. And if a person feels that it's okay for them to do anything they want, that they can treat you any way that they want, you don't need to be in a relationship with them. That's a person where you need to leave that relationship because you deserve to be respected. And for a long time in my life, I didn't know how to respect myself. I didn't have any value. I didn't know my personal worth. I thought that I had to take it coming from my background. So let's not be doormats to other people. Let's not let other people use us and play games with us. And it's one of those things that I've heard not from me in my situation, but friends, where they keep taking a person back. They'll say they're sorry, and then they take them back. How many times can you forgive somebody honestly? If somebody cheats on you once and you forgive them, but then when they do that again, that would be the sign that I'm over, I'm done, and I have to go. um, just like I said earlier in this podcast, that if somebody emotional cheats on you, that to me, that's a thing that really affects my heart, because if someone is sharing personal and private things about you or the relationship, and they don't feel comfortable enough to have conversations and talk to you about the issue, that I feel that is somebody that you need to walk away and leave them alone. But also somebody who is a habitual cheater, that won't change. No matter how many times somebody tells you they're sorry, they'll say they're sorry all day long. I'm sorry, I hurt you. I'm sorry, I did this. When I honestly think that some people are just sorry that they cheated on you. They're sorry that they got caught. Yeah, I ran into that too. When somebody gets caught, then they're sorry. Then they feel some sort of, you know, I don't know, whatever. Feeling like, oh, I don't know. Let's work on this relationship. And that's not good enough for me. And I hope that it's not good enough for you. You don't have to settle in a relationship. You don't have to be a doormat. And don't just think that if somebody says they're sorry, that they'll change. One thing that I definitely know for sure is how somebody is how they will stay. The All the sorries in the world, all of the apologies, all the blaming, and if someone wants to find an excuse to cheat on you, they will. They will blame you for whatever issue, communication, or you're tired all the time, or you haven't been had a sexual intimacy, or what, for whatever reason. If someone wants to make an excuse to step out on you, they will. But a person who is loyal and trust you, and they're willing to make the relationship last, they will do whatever it takes to make the relationship work. They would never do anything like that. So if you ever have been in a relationship with somebody and they have cheated on you, or they continue to cheat on you, and they keep saying they're sorry, it may be time for you to release that person, let them go, let them free. We are the ones that have to respect ourselves. Respect yourself, everybody. Know your worth. And I say this not only to women, but I say it to men as well. Respect yourself, respect your life, respect your thoughts, respect your opinions. And if somebody is using you, or feeling that it's okay for them to step out on you and to leave you, especially when you have children together, I want to go into that for a little bit. It's a little bit different when you have children with somebody and they cheat on you, because it's your emotions are involved. You've made a family with this person, and it's easy for somebody on the outside to say you should leave a person who has cheated on you. Now, I'm talking about one time. I don't mean a habitual cheater. I mean somebody who has stepped out on you one time. Is one That's a whole nother thing, because you want the relationship to work, right? If it's good, if it's a good relationship. I'm not talking about if you have a bum, a lazy person, or whatever. I mean somebody who has an indiscretion, and you want to save the relationship, because there are certain times where, even if having children, even if whatever, you have made a decision that regardless, if I ever get cheated on, that's the end, we're done. Of course, everybody is welcome to do whatever they want, but I'm just saying, to make sure that you are closing out a relationship. That's something that a lot of people don't do. They will be in a whole relationship and they will do nothing to save the relationship. Fleur says it's especially sad when children are involved. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I tried to work on my relationship is because there was children involved, not me having children, but at the time they had children, and I had kind of blended with them. We had kind of got used to one another. And once a child gets used to you, it's not easy to just step away from the relationship and just say, oh, well, we're done. It's an easier thing than when a cheating occurs for you to just walk away when it's just you involved. But when a child is involved, when there's somebody else, involved in the relationship, and they are looking to you as a father or a mother figure, and you've bonded together, I do think that you should try to work on the relationship, if it's something that you can save, if it's something salvageable. But some relationships you just can't. And you definitely have to choose to walk away because, especially if there's disrespect, there's lies, there's no honesty or transparency. But you do have to sit down and have the conversation when you're in a mature relationship, whether you choose to stay with them or you choose to walk away, so that both can find out the reason why it occurred. Was it some breakdown in communication? Was it that they had checked out emotionally? Was there no intimacy? What was the things that broke down the relationship? And it takes two mature people to do that. This wasn't happening and this wasn't happening. Learning to be honest with each other, I think, is very important for keeping a relationship strong. We have to be strong enough to allow honest conversation and communication. So that's what I came on to say today. Have that honest and open communication with the person that you're in a relationship, because it really does matter. We definitely need to work on being honest with each other, being committed, being loyal, and be reasonable. Be reasonable, be accountable, and be respectful of the other person. Sometimes a relationship can be saved, and you can come through on the other side because maybe you had not communicated. Not everybody comes from a space of knowing how to communicate. Some people don't know how to communicate with one another, and it's something that you have to learn. And sometimes you have to learn to start spending more quality time together, and especially it's more difficult as your family expands when you have children. Learning to have that time for date nights and spending time that is just the two of you and not involving your children. You have to put in work to make the relationship last. Just the same things that you did when you started the relationship, you have to continue. And I know that having a busy life, being an adult, working, responsibilities, being tired, it can kind of stop people from wanting to put in that work because you're tired, you have frustrations, you're stressed out. But you have to put in work into a relationship to make a relationship last. You have to go on your date nights, you have to keep yourself up, you have to take care of yourself. And I also have to say, please keep other people out of your relationship. Keep people out of your business. I have seen people sharing private and intimate things about their relationship with their friends, with their relatives, and we have to stop doing that. Stop telling other people your personal business. Go to the person that you're in a relationship and try to work it out. Try to work out the relationship. Try to do something and learn to be committed. Learn to have conversations, put in the work if you really care about this person that you're with. It's not easy to be in a relationship. It isn't. It takes a lot of work, it takes commitment, it takes trust, it takes understanding, and it takes you two mature people saying, this is what's happening. Let's work on the relationship so that it can thrive and we can both be happy. Because I'm not as a woman to say, oh yeah, women can do anything, or men can do anything. No, on both sides, both need to be putting in work to make a relationship work. Both people in the relationship have to be happy. It can't just be making a woman happy. It can't just be making a man happy. Both have to have their needs met. Both have to be heard, their opinions validated. Both need to feel special and prioritize. Both need to get that quality time and understanding, having conversations. And it's something that we kind of stop doing when we get into relationships, checking on one another. Are you okay? And then also asking, are we okay? And if not, what can we do to make it work? If you really care about your relationship, you'll ask that question. What can we do? Are we happy? Are we happy together? And if not, putting in some work. That's what you do when you're a mature adult. What am I doing what I need to make you happy? Are you doing what you need to do to make me happy? That's what you do as an adult. It's not one sided. We don't do one sided because we're mature adults. We know better and we do better. So thank you so much for joining me today. That's the half an hour. I do the half an hour lunch talks. So I appreciate every single one of you. And to anybody who is new to Love Marlene 411, hit that like, subscribe, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you all tomorrow on the next topic. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Flurg. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye.